interrupted you, Ben.
Oh, yeah, which means it's time for Yourhammer or Lawhammer. A goofy game where Tom and I tell each other 2 tales of Warhammer lore, one of which is 100% accurate Lawhammer, the other made-up nonsense Yourhammer. Let's avoid interference and get right into it.
Cool.
Would you like to go first, or shall I?
You can begin.
Okay. So, I've got 2 tales.
How many do have poop?
No poop this week.
Well, then why are we even playing at this stage if there's no poop?
I've done too many... I don't know how to spell his name.
Oh, it's Magnus Kraglar.
Oh, Trim Prime. Rabute Guilliman. Everyone's favourite Guilliman.
Guilliman.
Guilliman. He's here to save the world.
Okay, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy. So you know how he used to be in the Great Crusade and the Horus Heresy, being a man of legend, saving the universe. Mm-hmm. And then he was sleepy for 10,000 years. Mm-hmm. But then he came back, and everything was shit. And he was like, oh no, how do I fix this mess? One of the adventures he had was he went to a planet. I can't remember the name. Let's call it.
You're speaking very softly. Is this?
Am I? Oh, it's because it's about to get sexy.
Oh,
no, it's not. It's not about to get sexy. So he goes to this planet and he rescues it from attack. And he starts to reset up Imperial control. And someone reaches him like a monk, like the ecclesiarchal bishop of that planet, whatever they're called. And he's like, oh, Lord Guilliman, you've saved us. Thank you so much. I bring to you our most important relic that we keep in the shrine, and people come from light years away to pilgrimage here to worship it. It is the chainsword you once wielded 10,000 years ago when you purged traitors from this planet. Ooh. And he picks up the sword and he's like, oh yeah, no, this wasn't mine. This was used by a chaos, a traitor marine who fucking killed shitloads of your guys. And I remember killing this guy because he's got a perfect memory. He's like, no, this is like a fucking heretic's weapon.
Oh,
yuck. And then carried on about his business. Finished setting up the governor on the planet. Left off on the Indominus Crusade to go rescue the rest of the galaxy. And then he thought that was just a, you're wrong. I've corrected you. Don't worry about it. But after he left, it caused a schism, Life of Brian style.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where they're he has forsaken us. We're, he thinks we're the worst. And then someone else was like, no, but he touched the sword. And
so now it is holy.
So now it is holy. He did touch it, and it is a relic. And then over the course of many years, there's a bitter schism in the imperial cult on this planet that over the next 20 years escalates pretty drastically.
Oh, jeez.
To the point where there's this sort of religious war over sword good or sword bad kind of thing. And eventually the Inquisition have to come along and just fucking kill everyone.
Oh, they didn't just take the sword away.
No, it's too late.
Stop fighting. Sword's going in the bin.
No, they turn up
or not, but it's going.
Basically, there's a big rebellion. The governor has to flee the planet. This war takes on a life of its own, and the Inquisition have to bring a task force in to fucking murder everyone and just pretend the sword never existed. Ooh. Anyone who remembers the sword is shot. We wipe it from the records, and we get new government in and call it quits.
Wow.
Then, suddenly, we're back. Guilliman's holding the sword on the planet. The whole thing was in his mind palace. And now he's like, oh yes, this sword. I remember it well. Take good care of it.
Oh, God. Oh, I hate... Before I was like, oh, that's a fun 40k story. That's fun. Oh.
As he realizes that sometimes it's better to lie because the truth can have unforeseen consequences.
hate it. I hate that.
I knew you'd hate that.
Wow. Okay. You've killed me, Ben.
Oh.
You've killed me. You should have foreseen...
I should have done this for a second.
Telling that story, I would hate it, and it would kill me and sap me of my energy, and so you should have adapted it that the story was different.
Oh, I should have...
You should have Robert Guilliman'd me.
Right.
Because I have now been destroyed.
Oh my god, it's too effective.
It's super effective, Ben. Okay, what is your other story, please?
It's about our favourite guy with the best name.
Please put a poop in. I need some poopins in the story.
Do you remember Ferrus Manus?
Ferrus Manus. He has metal hands.
He's a man whose name is Metal Hands, and he has metal hands, and he names all his boys the Metal Hands.
Yeah. I like him. You know, Ferrus Manus.
What a boy.
He's a pretty straight shooter.
You know what you're getting with old Ferrus Manus.
Okay, cool. So,
so what you might not know about Ferrus Manus is that he doesn't eat very much. And sometimes when he's been very hungry and he needs to sustain his metabolism, he'll just fucking grab some sand and eat that. Because that's enough to sustain him. Sand. I eat sand now.
Oh. That's
it. That's the whole story.
Right. Sure. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I guess I can believe that. He's got metal hands. Why don't you eat sand? Oh God, the poops are gonna be
horrendous. He's gonna be blocked up for days after eating sand.
Wow. Okay. God, like I can just kind of believe that's a little throwaway line in the story of just Ferrus Manus ate some sand. Boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one I hate. But I'm not sure if that's you power playing me. But
Well, one is made up, one is true. Which one is which is up to you.
Ooh.
Rhymes. Oh, hello.
Someone is
hacking the mainframe. Stop hacking.
What are you doing on our mainframe? Do we just like wiggle the mouse a little bit?
Just really
freaking upset. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Okay, someone was.
We did get hacked. It's all right. I've rerouted. We're now bouncing off 6 different satellites.
Nice.
They'll never catch us.
Yeah, God, like the first one, it sounds like something that could happen, but I just hate it. So I think because I don't want it to be true, I'm going to choose sand eating because Ferrus Manus, he's a fun boy, and sure, maybe he ate a sand one time because it is another fucking story, and if I don't choose to believe it's true, it isn't true. Right. Just like how I accept all other Warhammer lore, I just cherry pick the bits that I like.
And ignore the rest of it.
Completely tweak and brush over the bits that I don't like. So that. Ferrus Manus eats sand.
That's the true one.
Because I don't like the other one.
Well, Tom, I can tell you.
Oh, no.
You're correct.
Oh, wow, okay. Okay.
Ferrus Manus eats sand.
Of course he does.
And I just made up the whole Robert Guilliman story.
Shit, I could really believe that other one. That was a good made-up story.
Thank you.
Man, like, I super applaud you on that. Yeah, I don't know a lot about Rabute Guilliman, but that... I know he's got that, like, mind-thought process where he...
Yeah, he's got his whole theoretical...
Like, and yeah, that running through that whole scene, but it just wound me up.
No, I made the story like first, and then I was like, how can I now ruin this story? This feels like a 40k, classic 40k tale.
Yeah.
Now I have to add something Tom will hate to it.
And yeah, you did it.
But it was too good. It was too effective.
It was too good. Also, the eating sand thing just felt dumb and was kind of fun. So what? Like he just picks up like a handful of sand?
No, he's like he's in the desert and he's got nothing else to eat, so he just eats sand, and apparently his body can like metabolize that. And it's just this line in a book about how he's starving in the desert, but it's okay because he can eat the sand.
There's pictures of it.
There we go.
So can any Space Marine eat sand? Or
I don't know. Maybe just Primarchs?
Because he's got the metal hands, which that's weird already.
Yeah. Here we go.
Any minerals and metals he could scavenge. Wow.
His physiology was able to metabolize whatever inorganic material he could ingest. It's just such a weird image that made me laugh.
Wait, so So the rule there was he could metabolize anything he could ingest, which just means anything that he can fit in his mouth, his body can consume as food.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Literally anything, his body can turn it into fuel. He could eat the poo-poo, I think.
Eat the poo-poo.
Yeah, I don't see why not. It's like the anti-Anakin.
Wow. Okay. Well done.
Cool.
So I have two tales for you.
Oh,
there.
hit me.
Tales of fun and joy. We will start out with
All the other Primarchs make fun of him
yeah.
for eating sand. And more dwarves. It's the happy dwarf again.
It's the happy dwarf. Here we go. These guys. Wow, that's weird. Weird picture. Just great. Warhammer dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
So the dwarves they're a cantankerous bunch.
Oh, aren't they just?
And boy, do they love a grudgeon.
Yeah, they do. It's their
They're all
favourite
about
thing.
the grudges.
Yeah, look, there's even a book of it right here.
Yeah. Where so I was reading a little bit about the Book of Grudges.
Oh, yeah.
And that there was a whole load of interesting stuff. Literally, a lot of it could go into Yourhammer or Lawhammer because there's a lot of dumb shit.
Of course there is.
But
plenty of trouser humiliations, I'm sure.
The trouser humiliation. But there was a grudge held by the dwarves where they built for Ostermark like a castle. Ostermark was like, boom, we want a castle. Come and build us a castle. They came along, the Engineers Guild. They built the castle up for them, and they were paid in 12 dozen carts full of gold.
Ooh.
That's a lot of gold.
That's a lot of gold.
And
12 dozen. That's like hundreds of carts.
And they built the castle, pretty good, pretty expensive. And when they made it home, they counted it and they realized they were missing 2.5 pennies. And because they had been shortchanged by Ostermark, the Slayer King himself summoned an army and they sent it and attacked and destroyed the castle.
Oh my God. But they've been shortchanged by like a 0.0001% of like the total.
You'd guess even less than that. 2.5 pennies out of
100 plus carts of gold.
Yeah. So, did they avenge the most brutal of short change?
Yeah. Fuck. How many people died? That's brutal.
You'd guess quite a few. Or none. I don't know.
It's Warhammer, innit?
It's Warhammer. So then, the other tale I have is about, it helps that we have this picture up, Thorgrim Grudgebearer himself.
Oh, there he is.
Who loves elves.
No.
Loves elves.
Loves them.
That
doesn't sound right.
During the end times, Thorgrim Grudgebearer saved the Everqueen's daughter.
Okay.
From evil. And he saves her life. Returns to the elves, and Tyrion is like smashing around. He's fighting chaos and shit at this time, and he comes before Thorgrim Grudgebearer, and he compliments him so beautifully that Thorgrim Grudgebearer strikes out the Phoenix King's names from being in the Book of Grudges, and he gives him a little kiss on the lips. He doesn't kiss him on the lips.
That's too far, Tom.
But he forgives the
But the War of the Beard is forgiven.
The War of Vengeance is crossed off because of how beautifully Tyrion compliments him on job well done.
What? Does he just say, like, you've got such a good beard, friend? Check it out.
Your beard is so pretty. And Thorgrim's like, no, stop.
I wish I could grow a beard like yours.
And boom.
Bam.
Out it goes.
Fucking bold.
He loves him.
He loves him. Such beautiful elves. Such a beautiful elven boy. Oh my God, dwarves. The first one sounds like a dwarf thing to do. To be real fucking grumpy about a real minor infraction. Like a clearly unintentional slight against them. That reads dwarvish to me. I hate the second one, but it's the fucking end times. The end times is full of shit that I hate, and loads of people acting massively out of character, and plot ends getting like tied up and like in the most ridiculous ways possible. That could totally be an end times move. Well, it worked for you, Tom, so I'm going to follow your strategy. I refuse to acknowledge the second tale because I hate it, so therefore it's not true. So I'm going to go with they destroyed Ostermark Castle because of getting shortchanged a couple of pennies. That's going to be true Lawhammer, and you made up Tyrion bromance with Thorgrim.
You're right.
No!
You nailed it. Yeah, the other one, the Ostermark Castle, is real, and it is 12 dozen carts of gold, which is a lot of fucking gold for a castle.
Yeah,
and it's 2.5 pennies. And the Slayer King gets involved, and they go and burn it down.
Fucking
I assume
hell.
they keep the gold.
Yeah. What a bunch of assholes. They could have just gone, can we give us some more money?
By the way, it's 2.5 pennies.
Yeah. Also, why didn't they count it before they carted it away? Assholes.
So in the end times, there is something similar that happens to what I had described. But kind of the reverse.
Yeah.
Where Thorgrim Grudgebearer had failed to save the Everqueen's daughter from evil. And Tyrion turns up and insults him so badly and terribly that, like, this would normally be 1,000 fucking grudges.
Right.
For every insult Tyrion had made. But Thorgrim doesn't enter his name into the Book of Grudges because he knows if he does, it will create such a rift and they have to work together.
So he's the bigger man.
They need to kind of be chill and keep cool heads, despite Thorgrim Grudgebearer being the biggest, grumpiest dick of all the dwarves.
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden,
just changes his character on a whim.
Just completely changes.
Perfect end times.
Oh man, yeah. God,
fucking end times.
Upset me. I was boring von Carstein.
Oh.
I think I forgot.
No wonder you forgot who did it.
Yeah, just the name completely passed me by. But yeah.
Oh, bam. those were some fun tales.
Those were the adventures